we have this one part of the world, Western Europe, right? Like the most public and the most publicly funded systems in the world, where private higher education right now is going gangbusters. Spain and France, have between 25 and 30% of their students now are in the private sector, which is very close to the American number, right? Which is again about 30%. Italy, it's doubled in the last 10 years. Germany, it's doubled in the last 10 years. Poland, Poland was one of those typical demand absorbing sectors. You would assume once the demographic wave went away that their public sector would shrink, because that's what happened in Russia, that's what happened in Romania. But Poland, they suddenly bounced back and they're 35%. They're bigger now than they were 20 years ago. What's driving this growth in Europe specifically?
If any part of the world you would think of as the bastion, the historical bastion of public universities, and public universities of high quality. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in Latin America and then in Africa and in South Asia, you could talk about public universities crumbling and that contributing to the growth of private semi-elite. But Germany? So a few years ago, the German government asked itself exactly the question that you're asking yourself and asking me. How can this be happening here? Our public universities are free. Our privates charge. Our public universities are great still. Why are more and more students going to private institutions? And as the German government would, it funded 21 research projects to look into this. What is private higher education? Why is it growing and what is it doing? And I was invited over to keynote and participate in some of that research, which is ongoing. But one of the messages that I came to bring was it's not just Germany. It's general to Western Europe. I think a good deal of this private growth is what I would call product or job oriented. And I think that what you see in Western Europe is not unsurprisingly a lot like what you see in the UK and Canada.